With faculty increasingly creating narrated presentations to share with students, whether for online classes or flipping the classroom, it's important to pause and consider best practices for maximizing student learning. What does the evidence say works best? The recommendations that follow here are distilled from research. In particular, Clark and Myers' E-Learning and the Science of Instruction is a landmark textbook that compiles scientific evidence on the best use of audio, text, and visuals. The most important step is to decide on your instructional goals before you begin. Everything in your presentation should be chosen to support these goals. How can you help students meet the learning objectives through your presentation? First, use words and graphics rather than words alone. Learning is better when words are accompanied by graphics. By graphics, we mean illustrations such as drawings, charts, graphs, maps, photos, animations, or video. Graphics help foster deeper cognitive processing in learners. In considering the usefulness of graphics, compare these slides covering the parts of an abstract for a research article. Which would help you better learn about the parts of an abstract? Compare these slides about caregivers who use a directing style. Which display would be more helpful in learning about the priorities, interactions, strategies, needs, and emotions of different care styles? However, not all types of graphics are helpful. Decorative graphics can reduce the amount of learning. Clark and Myers cite a study that found that extraneous pictures can interfere with learning by distracting learners' attention, preventing them from building links among relevant material because irrelevant material is in the way, or seducing them to build upon inappropriate existing knowledge. Other studies showed that lower ability students are more easily overloaded by extraneous material. Eye tracking showed that lower ability students spent more time looking at irrelevant illustrations. Remove anything that is not essential to the learning objectives. Interesting but extraneous material is likely to result in poorer learning. This rule is easy to violate, but also straightforward to apply. So avoid extraneous graphics like clip art, animations, sounds and music, and facts and information that are not directly related to meeting the learning objectives. Instead of decorative graphics or thematic clip art, use visuals to make intangible phenomena visible and concrete. For example, a drawing of a molecule or diagrams that illustrate blood flow through the heart. Illustrate changes over time or space. For example, a video showing how to operate a piece of equipment or how a knee joint works and the impact of knee replacement. Summarize quantitative relationships. For example, line graphs, pie charts, or a map of circles of different sizes. Or summarize qualitative relationships, such as with a matrix, concept map, or tree diagram. Put words near the graphic they describe. Separating words and related graphics places a heavier load on working memory, leaving less capacity for learning. Put words in spoken rather than printed form when a graphic is the focus. There is strong evidence for using narration rather than on-screen text to describe graphics. Compare these two slides. The text below each slide is the script for the spoken narration. For the slide on the left, could you listen to the speaker and read the slide? Explain visuals with words in audio or text, not both. Do not add printed text next to a narrated graphic, such as the item on the left. Students cannot look at a graphic, listen to narration, and read text at the same time. However, exceptions to this rule would be when the words are very technical and hard to grasp through narration, or the audience has language difficulties. Break a continuous lesson into bite-sized chunks. Look at how many elements or concepts are being included. Learners can easily go into cognitive overload with a continuous presentation containing a lot of interrelated concepts. Let them have more control over the segments. Use conversational rather than formal style. Use first and second person language. The feeling of social presence causes learners to engage in deeper cognitive processing, which results in better learning outcomes. Studies have shown that using a few first and second person pronouns can make a big difference in learning. Tell stories. Stories stick. People like hearing stories and they are easy to remember. They help you show instead of tell and can provide interesting dilemmas. In the book Designed for How People Learn, Julie Dirksen asks which of these would you be more interested in learning about. Just remember at the end to summarize the point of the story for your learners or use it as a basis for discussion. Would you like help creating presentations or incorporating graphics? Faculty and staff are welcome to contact the Smart Lab for assistance. We are happy to help. The principles in this presentation are distilled from these sources. Thank you.